What's going on, everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger comic book review. This episode is for the first week of May 6, 2026. We got a nice amount of books. We got a couple of digital this week, and we're back on time. This should be going up the day after the second week of May's books come out. We are working hard to catch our upload timing, but at least we're on time for the most part. We're not like months behind like before. So without further ado, we're going to be going into the books for this week, and we're going to be doing it the same way we've been doing it since the marathon. Gonna throw this out there. She Spawn issue number 1. I love the artwork in this book. Gail Simone writing it. Excellent first issue. I definitely recommend checking this out. It was a really fun read. I don't really review too much of the Spawn universe because I like to read those books on my time instead of rushing, because I do like to enjoy it. This is a nice little mini-series and something I definitely would say for those of you that like Spawn, check it out. Every year Energon Universe does this. Energon Universe 2026 special. This year, we got a story that leads into something that's going to be happening in Void Rivals, a story for something that's going to be happening in G.I. Joe, and then, as the cover shows, we have a Mask story. First story in this book, and I'm truly hoping, I believe we are promised a mini-series at least with Mask, so I'm hoping that, I'm guessing that this is what leads into Mask, because the Mask, operation opens up, like instead of just the main cast, they're gonna have like a whole like gallery of Mask members. Looks really interesting. Definitely something I'm looking forward to when they release Mask. I will be reviewing that miniseries when it comes out.
And we got issue number 1 of Red Sonja, She-Devil with a Sword. And what I like about this issue is that, Red Sonja just comes back and she does what she does, traveling, adventures, and there's a woman that joins on her adventures along with the prince, and they are chased by the rising sun. And then at the end, there's a little bit of a decapitation that happens, and wow, the way they just ended off this issue was just something else, and just wow. I really like Red Sonja comic books, and that's been coming out more than Xena. I've been saying, been thinking, but yeah, really great issue.
Alright, let's go into the Spider-Man books. All new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue number 10. A mouthful for a title, the final part to this story arc. And of course, big twist of fate. We all knew Mysterio was behind it all along. Well, looks like Gwen also caught wind of that with Norman Osborn. And this issue, we get the climactic conclusion where, spoiler alert, the whole time she was pretending to be crazy, she wasn't. It was all to trick Mysterio and to catch him. It was excellent. It was a great way to end this issue. Looking forward to future stuff with Spider-Gwen. However, the end of this issue shows Spider-Versity, so I'm not sure. I believe there's another issue. I know that I've been ordering Spider-Gwen, so I believe there's a new arc coming. I'm not sure, but the end of this issue led into Spider-Versity. Then we got Amazing Spider-Man 28, which is the fallout of what happened in Spiral, and the fallout of what happened when the series was split between Norman Osborn and Pete in space. Really great, kind of like, for those people who haven't been reading Amazing Spider-Man, it kind of sums up a little bit of what's been going on. We get to see the cast from space again, who are with the Fantastic Four. We find out what's been going on with them, why they're with the Fantastic Four. I still don't like that Pete and Johnny Storm have like this kind of like rivalry when they used to be best friends pre-Brand New Day. But there's some funny stuff in here that involve Doctor Strange, and it all is leading into, obviously we are on the road to 1,000. We're at 992, so we are less than 10 issues away from the 1,000th issue, and I have hopes.
And still an awesome cover, because I made that number 1.
Yeah, that was my number 1 cover, yeah. I still have hopes for what Amazing Spider-Man 1000 will bring. I'm hoping little teasers for undoing certain things, but again, I doubt it, but worth, wishing on.
And I did want to give this a try, actually. Astonishing Miles Morales Spider-Man, The Art of Thwip, issue number 1. Really awesome issue. It talks about Miles Morales with 2 other people who he teams up with, going up against 2 people who are going to take this jewelry. They go along and they try to stop them from doing that. And artwork is really great in this issue, I must say that. And the whole thing just sums up in the end that it wasn't jewelry that they were going after, it was actually medicine for something very important. So that's kind of a little bit of a plot twist that happened in this issue, and gonna see how this all will be when I read the next issue of this comic.
Daredevil issue number 2, or legacy number 689. You know that in 11 more issues they're going to renumber this back to 700. I just want to throw this out there now. 2-to-1 Daredevil's going to get renumbered in another couple of months, well, another almost year, because 10 issues-ish, 11 issues-ish. So within a year, Daredevil's probably going to get a renumbering. Great second issue. Fallout of what happened in the first issue with Daredevil. I like that Daredevil is a teacher now also. I find that really interesting. And now Matt Murdock has been framed in this issue. And we're going to see what happens as the story continues. But I'm really enjoying this series with Daredevil. Really, really fun stuff. Speaking of really great stuff, Marc Spector Moon Knight issue number 4, which truly is just a continuation of what we got in the previous Moon Knight series that they decided just to end because they want Marc Spector to be the main character here. And speaking of the previous volume, we find out what happened to everybody after Marc went missing. How they all went looking for him and then went missing themselves. And now it's up to Marc not only to find them, but to stop what's going on in the world right now. Really loving this book, really loving the artwork. Excellent book. I don't know why I didn't get it physically. Maybe it didn't come in time. I'll wait to see if I get my order from DCBS this week. If it doesn't come, I'll probably end up ordering from Midtown. Wade Wilson, Deadpool, issue number 4. We find out what happened to Wade's daughter in this issue. We get like a recap because I didn't know, so I got the recap. I don't know if they showed it in the previous volume. I didn't know, so I'm glad that they gave me that recap. We get to see what we almost lose Blind Al in this issue. But Hammerhead ends up stealing her book of vision, so to speak. And now it's going to be up to Deadpool to get it back. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend checking the book out. I love Deadpool. If you're a Deadpool fan, you're going to be checking it out regardless. And now we go into... we didn't mention that we went into Marvel, by the way. We just kind of like slid into it. But now we're going into DC Comics, and we're talking about one of the first books that I won't be dropping per se. I'm going to be moving this kind of like with my Spawn books to a read when I have the free time, because Absolute Green Lantern 14, I'm just... the Absolute Universe, when it comes to Superman and Batman, I'm really enjoying. Anything outside of Batman and Superman kind of has been hit or and Flash. I have been enjoying Flash too, to be honest. Green Lantern just did not hold me. I'm sure Catwoman isn't gonna hold me, but I'm gonna try it. I haven't not bought a single book from Absolute Universe yet. So to complete the series, obviously, I'm gonna continue to buy, whatever comes out in the Absolute Universe. I'm just hoping that in the coming year, things don't start to fall flat now that DC KO is over. However, the Absolute Universe, when it comes to Batman and Superman, has been doing really well. So I don't see a reason why DC won't be continuing this universe, at least for another while. Speaking of Absolute Superman issue number 19. King Shazam shows up here. It's a fight. And things kind of get crazy in this issue. And somebody does die. Check it out. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll probably talk about it in the next issue. But somebody does die in this issue. I've been loving Absolute Superman. This book, when it comes to Superman, however, is one of my lower books. It's Adventures of Superman, Book of L, issue number 8. I don't know. It's its own story. I believe it's a 12-issue maxi series. It was to continue Adventures of Superman, but it's really its own little story. I believe it goes to like 12 issues and then it stops. Superman's out of time. Now he has to save the kids. And it's in a future where things are very bleak. I read it. I don't want to say I did enjoy it, but the story is starting to kind of fall a bit. For me, at least. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like let's get to the end of it. It's starting to ring in my head. Every time I read the next issue, it's like, okay, are we getting close to the end here? because it feels like it's just being stretched. I know a lot's going on. I know a lot of characters, like the character on this cover, who we get a background of more, or we get to see a lot more in this issue. I just, at this point, especially with all that's going on with Superman, I'd rather focus on books going on in the current day DC Comics. At least that's me. Would I say check it out? Of course. If you're a Superman fan, I'm checking it out as well. Batman issue 9, we're going to talk about this for a second. So, war on the Bat family is happening in Gotham. And unfortunately, Barbara Oracle ends up noticing that she has to actually give herself up, or has to give up the location of where she of Oracle, where she's at, in order to protect the Bat family. So, spoiler, but not really, because this week the first issue of Barbara Gordon break out of jail starts. What happens to Barbara happens in this issue. She gets caught, and she gets found out to be, Oracle, or maybe they don't find out she's Oracle, but they find out she's working with the Batman family. She's been working with them, so she becomes public enemy, not number one, but she becomes one of the enemies of Gotham, and she's now, brought to justice, under arrest. So this issue, the Bat family is spread out now. Batman and Damian are working on something else. Stuff happens to the Wayne Manor. Everybody's been talking about it already. But we're going into the next chapter now, and obviously if you want to follow Barbara Gordon, which I might actually read the first issue now since it all started here, Barbara Gordon escaping prison is going to be a miniseries that takes place right after this issue. I do like that they show Tim a bit here with his boyfriend. Not a fan of Tim's partner, because I think Tim should be Robin right now, but obviously since they're showing Tim, this is going to be a conflict that obviously down the road we might see a conclusion to. But excellent issue. Batman has been my favorite Batman title. I don't really read Detective or anything else right now, so Batman has been really, really good.
Okay, I want to give this a try of DC X Sonic Meta Legion Part 1. This is
a, what do you call it? This is a chromium cover, so I want to try to, there we go. Catch the light.
And this issue was really amazing. If you're a DC and or Sonic fan, you'll definitely love picking up this issue. I did notice though that the DC characters that are in the Sonic universe drawings, the artwork was a little bit okay, but I love the story, how you have Flash working with Sonic and then the other stuff, and they're just fighting off against the DC people, and Lex Luthor and Dr. Eggman are working together to try to take over the DC and Sonic universe. Amazing issue all around.
And then we're concluding this week with a one-shot. It is Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner, centric issue. If you like Guy Gardner, check it out. There's a fight between him and John, because he doesn't think John is real. He thinks that it's one of John's, ring clones again. It's not. It's an all-out brawl. There's other stuff that's going on in this book, other things that are going to be going on in the Green Lantern Corps book. I love Guy Gardner. It was a really fun read. If you like Guy, definitely check this one-shot out. And that's really all I can say when it comes to this issue. There's some really fun stuff, really great stuff in this book. If you're a Green Lantern fan, definitely something to check out. But with that, we're done with this week's books. Stay tuned soon for episode 568, where we cover the books that came out just today, or for y'all when you watch this video, yesterday, because this is probably going to be uploaded on Thursday. We'll be doing that video as soon as we read all of our books. As you can see, we read a lot of books every week, so depending on how long it takes, is how long it'll take for the video to go up, and then Mike's Top 5 for the second week will also be coming soon.
Exactly.
Till next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting. We will see all of you really soon in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.